Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to continue the series tonight on retiring on $100,000 invested in YieldMax ETFs. And the next one in the series is going to be the huge payer, MSTY, which has definitely been probably the best YieldMax payer of the year. So let's go look at the chart first of all. So we'll compare MSTY to the actual stock MSTR, and we'll do the spreadsheet analysis. But let's review the chart first to look at how, obviously, how both of them have done and do some comparisons. Both of these have absolutely crushed it this year. So let's go over here to Seeking Alpha. And here's what we got. Finally back to doing 2 videos a day. Hopefully it lasts. Okay, so MSTY is going to be here. This is the YieldMax MSTR Option Income Strategy ETF. So this has been public since February 23rd, and we went from 2119 all the way to 4490 in a month's time frame, basically. And then we've come back down to earth a little bit. We're at 3169 right now, so we're still up like $10 from where we started. So we can see here the 6-month view is a little bit better. Of course, if we go to charting over here, we are up in just price return 50% for the year. But of course, if we look at total return, we are up 97%. So now if we look at MSTR, the actual stock, the underlying, we are up 454% over the past year. But of course, this isn't an apples to apples comparison. So we need to look at since the beginning of the year and even a 6-month view. So from here, CMSTR had a 25% head start, but it's still far outpacing it, of course. And what's nice, you can actually see both charts move basically in the same direction. MSTY is still tracking behind MSTR, but not terribly. If we look over the past month, MSTY only has like a 3.86% rate of return. So things started to, they were almost mirroring each other for the first half of May up until the 14th. And then there started to be a pretty big disparity here. And then it's kind of been widening. And then it looks like they just moved in opposite directions here the last day or so. But anyway, so that's that. From a dividend standpoint, MSTR has been paying a whopping $2.52 for the last month. Of course, this isn't quite updated because we just got our newest declaration. Let's go here. Oh, look at here. Chuck Stank is the first commenter tonight. I checked out your channel, by the way. It looks like your channel's really starting to pop. You're doing like some car videos or something, and it's hitting the algorithm, apparently. I might have to take lessons from you. Anyway, so what's this? Work hard, invest harder, safe. What do you mean safe? Okay, let's see. Let's go to the YieldMax site, look over the dividends here, review the dividends, because Seeking Alpha is not quite up to date. Let's go over here, distribution schedule. Okay, let's see here. We want to look up MSTY, which is going to be over here. 104.72%. So with 104% rate of return, you can retire pretty quick, right? Of course, we'll dissect this. So we've had 3 dividend payouts so far. We had a whopping $4.12 in April. We had $2.52 in May, and then we just had 303. So if we take these 3, divide by 3, that's an average of 322.75 times this by 12. It's paying out more in a dividend than what the fund is currently trading at. So if this maintained itself, you would make your money back in less than a year. And then after probably 10 months or so, it would all be the house's money, so to speak. Let's see here. Is this really only the 3rd dividend that this is paid? I thought it had paid, maybe it was because it was launched in February. Okay, so I've got those 3 over here. Yeah, I need to get back to doing shorts. So shorts don't pay quite the same ad revenue that the long forms do, but if you're getting hundreds of thousands of views, I don't think you care, really. Okay, let's go to the spreadsheet now. Let's do the spreadsheet analysis here. Let's see, where is our spreadsheet? It's over here. Okay. So let's do this over here. Yeah, imagine the views that the shorts get times the ad revenue for like the finance space. You could make a full-time job out of that for sure. Okay, so let's go to the newest tab over here called Retire on YieldMax. Check the screen here, make sure I'm sharing the right one. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do our next one. Let's just go over here to column F for fantastic. MSTY. First advanced spreadsheet skill is bolding and centering the cell. $100,000. Let's make sure we center all these while we're at it. Okay, and then we're going to say, let's just say we bought it in March. So MSTY. Oh, I'm not even tracking it. Track so many funds on here. Let's say we were smart and bought it. Let's say we bought the dip March 5th. So we'll say we paid $26.18. So we're going to take this divided by 26.18, and this is going to spit out this number and a dollar sign, but we don't want that. We just want a number. There we go. So this is how many shares we would have gotten times the current dividend of $3.03 would be $11,573.72. And if we were to annualize this, that would be $138,885. Pretty good annual salary for retirement, right? Now, what did we just say? If we were to annualize the dividends that we're looking at, this would be $38.73. If we took this and divided by 12, this is our current average, which is 323. So we'll just say annual, monthly over here. We'll center these over here to the right so that you know this favors the right side instead of the left. Okay, so off of this many number of shares, if this were to be our annual dividend, this would actually be 147,000, but we'll italicize this because this is an ancillary number, not the 138,000, even though it's higher. We like higher. If we take this times this would be our monthly, which would be 12,000, but we'll italicize this also. We'll go ahead and just cross it out for now because these are just, like I say, ancillary details. I like to use big words because it makes me sound smart. I try. Okay, so we've got, let's see, remembering what I did before. There's either a madness to the method or a method to the madness. One of the two. It's a 50-50 chance. Okay, so yeah, so off of $100,000, we're gonna make 138,000, right? Is that like too good to be true? I don't know. We'll see. But some of you get mad when I dare caution that these funds might not work as the textbook example says. Let's see here. Shorts are for more for gathering eyes and attention. Long form, from what I've noticed, keeps people around more. Well, your coverage of my little battle with Oracle, I don't know if that got too many views, but it was entertaining. But I don't really want to respond to that guy anymore. He's something else. Still talking about taking the so-called income from the NAV. Well, like I say, this is just a textbook example. So it's like politics. You try to keep people on both sides happy and stay in the middle. But sometimes when you're in the middle, both sides get pissed off at you. Okay, where were we? Let me make it bigger. That way we know we mean business, right? Okay, so MSTY, where were we? Let me see what I did here. A5 times B5. Oh, I already did that. We've got those numbers actually. You know what? Since I didn't cross them out here, I'll just uncross them out. I'll leave them italicized though. Okay, so there's where we would be with MSTY. And then the other thing I need to do is stating our current number of shares over here. We're going to take this and we're going to times it by the current share price, which is 31.69. So 31.69, we would have made, not even factoring dividends in, we would have made $21,046.60. And that's without even factoring the dividends. By this point, we would be making $11,573 a month, which is pretty good. Now, dividend investors, for your favorite part, we look at the underlying and just take a wild guess. Do you think the underlying is going to be better or worse than the dividend? Well, I'll just actually do it, and then, we'll see. I know the answer, though, but I won't tell you all till the end. I'll keep you all in suspense. Suspense makes the heart grow fonder, right? Something like that. Okay, let's see. All right, so MSTR is the underlying, but to my knowledge, no dividend. And this spike is crazy. So say we were smart and say we bought, how long has this traded? This stock has traded like over 10 years. And wait a minute, MSTR has been around since the 90s, since like 1998. It was part of the .coms. How about this? So I got to look at this real quick. I'm going to get distracted here. We'll be back to this in just a second, but I want to pull up a chart here. Oh, here's our newest member, Keith Allen. I can't see what you paid for the membership, but I assume something. All right. Well, thank you for being on. You're pretty much on every video, so we appreciate that. All right, let me go back to this over here, because according to the iPhone, it's saying this has been around since the 90s. Oh, wrong one. MSTR. Here we go. Let's see. Look at this. August 3rd, or excuse me, July 6th, 1998. And it's saying a different number over here. It's saying this used to trade. So this was part of like the .com boom and bust. So is this one that like 25 years later actually made it? That's kind of crazy. But better late than never. Okay, now that we know that little bit of historical info. Oh, I know, someone gifted it. Well, they paid something. Hey, it's the gift of a coach membership, right? Can't go wrong with that. All right, let's go back to our spreadsheet over here. I just find that really interesting that since the .com era, this has been around since then, and it just now has started to gain traction. And companies are using this too. My work actually uses this. All I can say is, why didn't I know about this sooner? Okay, so what were we trying to do here again? So we're going to take 100,000 and we're going to, oops, I forgot a zero. So we're going to take this and we're going to say that we bought it. Whoops. Let's see. I'd love to say we bought it like at perfect timing, but we know better than that. So say, all right, so it ran up in the beginning of the year, then it pulled back. So say we bought the pullback January 24th, 450.99. So, oops, we're going to do this over here. This divided by 450.99 would be, oh, look at that, 222. It would be 222 shares. And then where it's at right now, you all are going to love this. Like I said, I already know the answer. So we're only $200 off of our high, our all-time high. So 1656.63. Watch this. And this is rare. You don't see this very often in a stock within literally 5 months. Boom. Well, NVIDIA. I guess we did see it with NVIDIA. So what do we have? Our $100,000 would have become $367,331.87. So that is almost a 4x, a 3.67x to be exact. So that is phenomenal. So if you were to take that and follow, say, like the 4% rule per year, that would only pay you 14,000. Say you were to take 10%, that's easy math, right? This one times 10%, 36,000. So you would be able to withdraw per month, $3,000 per month. And of course, a stock like MSTR, it could be risky. It could crash back down again. What's interesting is that this traded at, so in 2020, this was $116 a share. Wouldn't we love to time travel and buy everything when it was cheaper? So this, like I say, if you wanted to take your own dividend per year, and you were to take this, say you take 10%, and then you're still going to have 90% left in year one, year two. We don't want to do that, autofill. So like in year two, if this didn't do anything else, year three, you'd still have most of your money if you took $3,000 a month. So, or like Jay has said, you can do 50-50. Take the dividend, buy into the stock, MSTR. So that's pretty cool. It's doing really well. What do I think of the new ETF on snow? I think we could use some snow where I am here in Florida. It's hot as fire, and we're not even at the peak of the summer yet. But I know you mean the stock. What's the ticker symbol? Maybe I'll do a separate video on it. Anyway, we're way over time here. Okay, so I went for over 15 minutes coaching you all up here. Hopefully that was valuable. If you like that, like, comment, and subscribe, and join Discord. Doesn't have to be in that order, but make sure you do all those. That's your homework. All right, you all, thank you for tuning in. Take care. Have a great night. Bye.